right, stay tuned in today. Look at this. This is a lemon blueberry cake with a cream cheese icing. I'm telling you what's the truth. It's so good. Today at Home with Miss Joan, we're going to make a wonderful cake. Lemon blueberry. How does that sound? Even wore my lemon apron in honor of it. Listen to this. It's going to have a cream cheese icing. So here we go. I'm going to start out by preparing my lemons. It calls for 3 lemons zested. The slowest part of making this cake is zesting the lemons, which means just getting the outside skin off of it. Now, if you see my purple fingers, I've already been working with the blueberries, okay, and I got stained up. But anyway, you just take your little grater here, and you just want to get the top layer of the lemon. You don't want to dig down into where it turns white. See, you go much deeper, that's going to turn white. The really zesty, strong smell is the outside of the lemon. Anyway, that's the slowest part, is going all the way around the lemon, getting the zest off. Well, I have already done that to save time. And it calls for 2 tablespoons of lemon zest. So we've got that ready. And then what you do with the 3 lemons is you juice them. Oh, this juicer that I'm going to use is so old. It was my mama's. I can still remember her juicing her lemons on this thing right here. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do. I've already juiced 2 of them here. We got to come up with a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Since I don't need the zest off this lemon. Alrighty, I'm going to juice it. Oh, they make one now that's got you put the lemon in there and it's a clamp thing over it. Oh, I'd like to have one of them, but I'm going to use this old one of my mama's because I'd never get rid of this one. Alright, see, just holds it right out. Alright, I'm going to see if I can come up with a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, but I'm going to strain it because the seeds are in here. We don't want that. Getting all the good juice out of this fresh lemons that we got. Right. Looks like a 1/2 cup. Okay. Looks like we need just a little bit more of this other one. I'm saving me a piece of the lemon for the garnish at the end. Now, see if we can get the rest of that 1/2 cup right out of here. Okay. So it does take 3 lemons to me to juice up a 1/2 cup of good juice without the seeds in it. Alrighty. We're going to set these aside because it's not going to be but just a jiffy till we're going to need them in our recipe. Like I said, the slowest part was getting the zesting of the lemons. We start out by putting a cup of butter, softened room temperature butter, which that's 2 sticks. Y'all already know that, I bet you, that a stick of butter is a 1/2 cup. We put that in here. Set out at room temperature so it's soft. If your butter's not soft, just microwave it for just a few seconds. Okay? And with our butter. And now we're going to start in. This recipe calls for 2 different kinds of sugar. It calls for brown sugar and regular sugar. So we're going to put 1 1/4 cup of just regular white granulated sugar. There goes 1. That's a 1/4 right there. Okay? Y'all know I keep my sugar and I just cut the labels off of the bag. And I like keeping it closed up and airtight. And now here's my brown sugar. It calls for a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'll put in my brown sugar. So we got a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks, 1 1/4 of regular sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And now we're going to put in 4 eggs. I've already kind of beat them up here. It's kind of hard for me to get food in my food my KitchenAid bowl. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up where he's supposed to be and run him around a little bit. We're blending up our butter and our sugar and our eggs. Usually recipes call for a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. This one calls for a tablespoon. Okay, there you go. After I get that beat up pretty good, looks good. You want to look at it, Preacher? I appreciate him filming for me today. I've hoodwinked him into doing it. All right, now we're going to add the flour next. Calls for all-purpose flour, which means it's, you can buy self-rising all-purpose flour, which Mama called it plain flour. But she always believed in this Swan's Down cake flour. Now, it's an all-purpose flour, but it's very, very fine, okay? So that's what I'm going to use in this. It's 3 cups of this right here. Put it in here kind of slow, or I'll get it everywhere, because I am one messy cook. I'm surprised you didn't say amen, Preacher. I'm going to mix up a little bit of that. Watch it go up in the sky. I still got some more. I may just throw it in there like this. I love to bake. Do you? You love to bake. Won't you tell me what your favorite baking recipe is? Hard for me to say. I love so many. Oh yeah, I know what I forgot. A tablespoon of baking powder. I'm going to stir it up here a little bit of this last of the flour. Should have put it in there with the 3 cups and stirred it all around. Spread the love. Now this recipe calls for a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I got salted butter. I noticed my butter was salted butter. I think I'll just put 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt for my binding. Okay? Just cause my butter is already salted, okay? That's the only reason. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna let that mix up real good. Now it's calling for a cup of buttermilk. I'm putting regular whole buttermilk in mine. I like to even drink buttermilk. Preacher don't. He don't even drink regular milk. I'm talking about you. You need to come to your defense. Now's when we put in our lemon zest, okay? That's my 2 tablespoons. It was a full 2 tablespoons too of the lemon zest. And then we know we got our 1/2 cup of lemon juice. Woo-wee, I like this. We'll spin that around. When we get that done, we're nearly through. Except for our blueberries. Boy, this looks good. It's a thick batter, I'm noticing. Now this is what you call from scratch cake, okay? I don't know where that name come from. But it just means that you're not using cake mixes. All your ingredients are the natural ingredients. Okie doke. See how if I stir this around. Oh yeah. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of blueberries. Now it tells you to take 1/4 of a cup of, well, I take that back, a tablespoon flour. I got too much flour out here. I'm going to put some back. I don't know why I thought it was 1/4 of a cup. All right. What you're doing is you pour the flour over your blueberries. Goodness, Miss Joan, what you doing that for? It helps them from sticking to one another. And they'll go down in the batter better if they're coated with a little flour. Anytime you're going to bake with blueberries, muffins or whatever, it's a good thing to do this little step right here. Ooh, I want to get all this goodness off of there. Y'all gonna make this? If you do, I want you to comment down below, okay? I want to know when you do. Tell me what you think about it. Alright. In goes my blueberries. I'm just going to kind of fold them. I'm going to leave out just a few in case I see one of the batters, the layers that don't have as much as the others. I'm going to squish them down in there. Wow. Look at that. It's almost good enough to eat raw, don't it? Did y'all used to eat, you lick the bowl and lick the batters if your mama was cooking a cake? Oh, we'd just be standing in line. And my two brothers, we could not wait to get a hold of whatever she left. Don't see that on the beaters or whatever she left in the bowl. We was standing right there to eat it. Mama loved to bake. She'd read through recipe books. The next thing you know, we was having a new kind of cake. Okay. Whew, that's a lot of batter. I'm going to try to get the equal amounts in here. We'll see. Oh, yeah, this. Now, a lot of people spray it with a non-stick spray. I don't trust that stuff when I'm making a from-scratch cake or a cake that I want to dump out, so I'll have 3 layers to ice real pretty. I do it the old-time way. I get my Crisco or my shortening. I rub it all in here, see it? And then I sprinkle flour in there, shake it around, and I shake out the extra flour. Gives me 3 good coated cake pans, and it's a whole lot less of a chance that they're going to stick. Watch me bragging, these things stick. Alrighty. I'm going to try to put it where you can see me. Okay. I'm going to spread this around, see if I kind of got them even. Look at these blueberries in here. Don't that look good? I wish you could smell the lemon scent too. Woo, yeah. Okay. Think about this with a cream cheese icing. Okay. I use the back of a spoon. I see a lot of people, they use the spatulas for this part right here, but to me the back of a spoon spreads it around a whole lot quicker. I just do it like that. Wave it back and forth. This one don't have near enough batter, I can tell. Bless him. He messed something. This goes in a 350-degree oven. You ever heard of a cake that didn't? And it says 21 to 25 minutes, depending on how our oven cooks. All right, now the hard part is deciding which one needs the rest of the batter. What you think, Preacher? Could you tell?
Looks mighty good. I'm just waiting on it to cook.
Well, I know, but I wanted my layers to come out nice and pretty for all my YouTube friends. Not that I don't want them to come out nice and pretty for you. But I know you would eat it if it was a flop. And brag on it. He's that way. I was so afraid that some of them might not have any blueberries until I just see me. I think this is just a Miss Joan trick here. Don't you? I just wanted to make sure it was real blueberry. Blueberry, is that a word? Y'all know I'm always making up words. This thing right here is ready for the oven, y'all. I'm going to squash these down in there. The back of the spoon. Oh, please don't stick. I don't know why I'm craving blueberries. These blueberries came from my neighbor across the road, Jay. He always gives us some out of his blueberry patch every year. Now, Preacher's got us some planted, but they ain't been planted for one season. But we're hoping that we get a lot out of ours when they get mature enough. But anyway, he has the biggest, prettiest whip I've ever seen. All right. Just kind of, some people do this to try to level them out. That batter's so thick it don't want to shake. Okay, I'm going to put these in the oven. I'll get back with you when they get done. Okay, y'all. Here they are out of the oven. I'm sticking in a skewer. Coming out clean. Okay. I believe these 3 layers are done. I got my cakes cooling over here, my 3 layers. Now it's time for us to mix up the icing, which is what I call a standard cream cheese icing. I'm going to double this icing recipe. Some people call it frosting, okay? I grew up calling it icing. I'm going to double it because I would recommend making a recipe and a half for this cake because you don't want to run out. You'll have enough to do the sides. But I'm going to double it because I got another little cake, a 1 layer deal that I want to use this frosting for. But anyway, so I am putting in at room temperature 2 8-ounce cream cheeses. I'm just using what they call, nothing's cheap no more, but what's supposed to be the cheap kind, 8 ounces, which I'm putting in 2 packs. When you do your cake, you may just want to do half this recipe. I'm going to do a double icing. That's the cream cheese. The next is make sure that your butter is at room temperature. I'm going to really try to look at the camera because my daughter gets on to me that I don't look at the camera enough. It's hard for me to cook, measure, and stir, and look at the camera. But I'm trying, Miss Jordan, I'm trying. I put in 2 sticks of butter and 2 packs of cream cheese. All right, let's blend this together. So that means we're going to put in twice as much powdered sugar, confectionary sugar. All the old recipe books, they say 1 box confectionery sugar. I mean, they all do. Well, they quit making it in the box, pound box. That's 3 1/2 cups. So 1 recipe of this would be 1 of these, 1 stick of butter out of here, and 3 1/2 cups would equal an old-timey box of confectionery sugar. So you already know that I'm doing 7 cups because I'm doing a double recipe. See this cream cheese icing? It'll freeze. Woo, yeah, it'll freeze. So you could make you a whole bunch of this ahead of time when you're going to make a lot of cakes and have it and then thaw it out. Ice your cake. Man, I've tried every trick there is because I have a lot of company. You wouldn't believe. I think y'all know that my brother in Texas passed away in January. All the family came in here for his memorial service. We had one in Texas, one in Alabama. Well, the one in Alabama, I was determined to cook for the whole family myself. Me and my daughter, Jordan. We cooked every kind of cake. I'm telling you we did. That I even knew how to cook. I mean, we did. They had the biggest spread of food you ever seen. Because I always, when he'd come home once a year, come from Texas to Alabama, I'd cook everything, all his favorites. Well, I reckon as soon as he passed away and I knew we would be having a lot of family coming in, I started cooking all his favorites just like he was coming. But anyway, we got through it. And that after the service, we fed 40 here at the house. And we sure did miss him being here. But it's nothing like having your family around. That is so true. We had them from Atlanta, several come from Texas, Georgia, and anyway, he would have been proud. He'd been so proud of the service and the family fellowship meal that we had afterwards. And anyway, we're fixing to do a double recipe. I'm sorry, I got to talk about my brother, but I sure do miss him. A double recipe of cream cheese icing, and I'm fixing to spray this stuff everywhere. I put too much in here, I think. Woo-wee, let me pat that down a little bit. I'm backing up. Woo-wee. Miss Joan. I might have put too much in there at one time. It'll settle down here in a minute. Looks like I'm making some kind of Halloween concoction with all this. There it goes. See now the difference? Look at it, preacher. Here it changed gear. That's turning into the cream cheese icing real quick, just like that. Now, we're going to put a teaspoon vanilla flavored in here. Well, I guess we need to put 2 teaspoons because it's a double recipe. I forgot. 1. Now what you do, I usually don't have to put nothing extra in my icings to make them creamy. But if you think that yours is too thick and not spreadable to put on your cake, all in the world you gotta do, put you a couple of tablespoons probably of either heavy whipping cream or any kind of milk that you got in the refrigerator. If you didn't have no milk whatsoever, just put you a few drops of water down there because you want it the right weight of thickness to spread. Just check this one. To ice your cake. Frost it or ice your cake. So I'm going to check it. See if it needs some kind of a milk. Looks good to me. And what did we do? We did 2 sticks of butter, 2 packs of 8-ounce cream cheese, 2 of them, 7 cups of powdered sugar, and 2 cupfuls or 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor. Like I said, you might need a little milk if you don't think that'll spread the way you want it to spread. We're fixing to see. I don't know if I've used this cake plate on here before or not in our other cakes that we've made. This is called Fostoria Square. Lots of people want these. They sought after. I ought to sell it. I've seen them for some mighty big prices. I think one of our wedding anniversaries, preacher got me this. Okay, let's see about our cakes. A lot of the blueberries. There's one. Okay. Now, like I said, I just use the back of my spoon. This is a tablespoon. And I just kind of wave it back and forth. To me, it gets it done in a minute. Our daughter loves to cook, but she don't like to frost a cake. But boy, she loves to make them. It don't bother me. Frost it. There it goes. Okay, let's put another one on here. If you ever notice that your frosting don't want to move as fluently or easy as you want it to, you can keep you a glass of cold water sitting here by you. Dip your spoon in it real quick and shake it. Get up here and keep on frosting. This one's going about really good. Well, I can't wait to try this. It's not no special occasion around here. I was just thinking about lemon blueberry. This would probably make a really good muffin recipe too, wouldn't it? All right, we got one more to go over here. Here he comes. One of the reasons I like making a double recipe on the top of the icing, you don't have to worry about it running out. That's so frustrating when you're trying to stretch it, and it just don't want to stretch no more. I will say, preacher took a bite of the batter. He said it tasted really good. I hope it's good. Combination of blueberries and lemon. That'd be one of my favorites. What I usually do is pile it on the top, then run it down the side. That's just me. Look at the camera, Miss Joan. You'll be in trouble, Miss Jordan, when she watches the video. Sometime if your cake starts to slipping and sliding, just clean out your spot in your refrigerator freezer. put him in there for just a little bit. Because this cream cheese with this butter and the creaminess of the cream cheese, it can get a little hot when you frosted it. See any holes in what you're looking at?
It's want to be on the front.
Really? Okay. I'll get that sucker just a minute. We ain't having that. Maybe it's this left hand that makes everything. That's pretty wicked. I'm gonna hunt for spots right now. Yeah. Spots where the cake's peeking through. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I did put me some blueberries. I was trying to get because these are our frozen blueberries that they're fresh from a neighbor's garden last year. Not frozen. Oh, I made blueberry preserves. That's on the channel. Out of these. But anyway. Preacher says, am I going to have to stand there and hold this camera while you go all the way around this cake? I hope you will. Because I'm going to let you eat all you want. How's that? When we cut it. I'm just trying to jazz it up. No. I'm going to have purple fingers, that's for sure. But it'll be worth it. I love cooking, I love baking, I love canning. I just love everything about the kitchen. Whatever you do in here, I like. Except what, Preacher?
Wash dishes. I get to do that.
Well, I know it. Bless him. You eat good though, don't you?
Oh yes, I eat very good.
He's right. I've said I love everything about the kitchen, and I've seen him grinning over there. Except what, Preacher? Washing the dishes. Now I will say half the time you don't give me a chance. You just whoop in here and get them. I'm going to try to do a little fancy thing I'll see. Some people twirl this around somehow. They make it look so good when they do that. How's that look? Does it look bad? Is my purple fingers showing? Huh?
Looks good.
I don't know what to do now. Got a lot of blueberries left. We may just have to eat some. I just thought I want to make it real pretty so everybody sees it on the channel and say, oh yeah, I see what that is. That's lemon blueberry. Yum, yum. I need a good cold glass of milk. Cold glass of milk. I will make a bigger jump between these. Go a little faster. Here it is, my lemon blueberry cream cheese icing cake. I can't wait to cut it. I don't thank Preacher for doing all the filming and worrying with me in here. I'm going to wash up all the mess. Are y'all ready for us to cut it, dig in, and have a piece? All right. All righty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Yum, yum. We turn it around so you see the inside. Oh me, don't this look so good? All right. It's time for the taste test. This is just what I've been wanting. Make you one of these. And you learned all this today at Home with Miss Joan. At Home with Miss Joan, would you like? You know, whether you like it or not, okay? At Home with Miss Joan, please subscribe. Sure does help this old girl's channel grow. Won't you share with friends and family? You know, like your mom and them, okay? Comment right here and you'll hear back from me. You know, Preacher, get back with you, my daughter, me, somebody will right here from At Home with Miss Joan. Woo! Y'all check these videos out, okay?